Hi guys, and today we are looking at the instructional video on how to use the workouts and how to get them. The first, you should be going to my webpages in ptmarkoviitanen.com/programs. That's where you'll find the following setup, where you see a lot of workouts, and you can filter the workouts with the specific parameters that you find suitable for you. But so you can find exactly the kind of workout you're looking for that is the best for your own personal level. However, we are not going too much details about that. We'll just jump into the two buttons above, which is general help and the instructions. When you press general help, you will get an overview of the workouts are about and what is included in the workouts. So that's how you get the basic idea. You can check that from the webpage or you can just check it from this instructional. When you go to the filtering guide, you will see a lot of options where you can choose from experience and plateaus and everything, and you can click the button and see what exactly everything means. If you check out the experience levels, for example, it explains what do they mean, why you should pick a specific experience level for yourself. Okay, so let's get to the program. You can find a lot of information in the file when you open the file with the Google Sheets application. There's a lot of text. Some of it is like descriptions, where it's like this program is in English language, free weights, training master, for example, female fitness, trained 4 times a week or something like that, and then the version numbers. Then there's a brown link, also brown text, which is linked to this specific video. So if you open the file, you can still check this video from inside the file, or maybe you even clicked it from the file right now and you are watching it. And there's a lot of other kind of instructions, and with the red text there's some warnings, and purple text are something that you can edit. But there's a lot of black text as well, which is just general information, just for your extra information in case you want to make sure you got everything right. So let's move to the next part, which is stats. You basically you input all your stats, how old you are, how long you are, how tall you are, how heavy you are, what's your gender, how experienced you are, how do you sleep, how do you eat. You input everything, and based on all the statistical information about your past, your lifestyle and your choices, it will, when you add these numbers, it will calculate the bonuses or penalties for you, how well you can recover. So it's based on your statistics how well you can recover, and it is calculated in the end how much volume you can do, how much of the volume you can recover from. So you input these fields. They are the purple fields, the numbers in the right corner, and it will be calculated later in the formula. There's a lot of calculations in the formula that are done automatically for you. And good example is the 5 repetition maxes. And here you can see the field with the purple number. For example, hip thrust. You test your hip thrust with the 5 repetition max. What that means is you try to find the weight that you can lift 5 times with that specific workout, with that specific exercise. And you try to find the maximum weight you can lift exactly 5 times. If you can lift it 7 times, then you need to put a higher weight. If you can lift it only 3 times, it means that you can't do that heavy. You need to lighten it up. So you try to find exactly the weight that you can do 5 times in a row with your good strength. And you input into the field. This will be taken into account when it generates the program for you. It will tell you what weight to lift in each workout and exercise and each week. So I've been even thinking about doing separate 5 rep max videos, but we'll see about that. Just as you understand that you have to find the weight. For example, bench press. What is the weight that you can lift exactly 5 times for one try? You don't have to do many sets or something. Just 5 repetitions. And you input those, and you can put them with a decimal accuracy. You don't have to put them like every 5 kilos or every 1 kilos. You can even put with 0.2 kilos. So you can find exactly the number. As accurate as you can be, try to put as accurate number then. And you do this with every exercise that is included in the program. You do these tests. You can take 2 or 3 days to first test these. But when you have done them, you can start the program. Program recognizes your strength levels, and it will automatically generate the program that is suitable for your strength, for your specific strength. In addition, we have a lot of warning texts. It means that while it does calculate your stats, it will calculate your strength levels. It will calculate this all with a very complex formula to set up how many sets you do, how many reps you do, how many wakes you do. And so you will fill this information in purple fields only, and do not touch any other values. Do not touch the actual program at all. Only the purple values that you are supposed to set up in the beginning. So while you train, you just watch and check what you are told to do. After you set up your 5 repetition maxes and your statistics, you go to plateau levels. What a plateau level is that it is basically how strong you are in comparison to your own strength levels. So what this means is that if you are in level 0, it means that you are just beginning. You don't have much muscle yet. You don't have an experience yet. When you start, you can improve very quickly in the beginning. It's called newbie gains. So you can develop a lot of muscle and strength immediately, which means that when you set plateau level to 0, it will quickly increase the weight. So while you're progressing from week to another, it will start giving you a lot more weight very quickly. But if you are in close to your maximum strength, you have a lot of muscle and you've been training half a year for strength training and stuff, you are very close to your maximum strength and you feel like you can't gain anything anymore. You put it into the plateau levels 4 or 5 or somewhere around there, and it will very slowly give you more strength and more challenge, so that you can still do progress. Because in the higher levels you can't just jump high jumps into the higher weights. You have to progress very slowly and steady. So for experience you do plateau 5, and beginners 0, and the others somewhere between. After that, when you set the plateau levels, you will set volume levels, which means that this is how much you want to train, how hard you want to train. If you want to take it very easy, you can put it to -5, and it will doesn't give you a lot of volume. You just do a few sets and stuff like that. If the recommended starting point is 0. That is how you should be training based on your statistics, how much you can recover from. But if you set it to 5, it's very hard. You hardly can recover. So recommended is around 0 to 2 or something like that. You can try slowly increase that. And then we move into the total calculations. So this is the number which takes everything. In here it's 7.83, which is all your stats considered how much you want to train. So it's all combined here as an overall value. And it will automatically create a program for you. In this case, which is female fitness, it will create 8-week program for you, where you have 4 completely different days, of which you have many different versions, totaling to 29 different days of workouts. And all the workouts, the number of sets is based on your stats and your desires, and the weights are based on your strength levels, and it will automatically do the proper progression for you, so you don't have to worry about those at all. Everything is automated for the whole 8 weeks based on all stats you just input there. And in the end of the file, on top of the thing that it has done you an 8-week program, that you can just finish and start over again, and sometimes update your 5 repetition max values, or plateau values, or volume values based on what feels good for you. You can see in the end of the file, you can see statistics, where you can see the total kilos that you have been lifting in the 8 weeks in this case. Some programs are just 5 weeks or something, so it's not always the same. But for example, Female Fitness is an 8-week program. So you can see the total numbers that you've been calculating from each workout, also as well as the total. So it's basically your score that you can try to improve if you want. It will also give you a calendar, sort of, where you can write the days when your 8-week training starts and the beginnings each time of the year. So you can basically do the whole year for that as well if you want. So you know exactly when you started the 8-week program and when it will end. So you can mark the days if you want. So that's there, just an extra option. So that's pretty much the basic descriptions of the workout. So to summarize everything up, you go to ptmarkoviitanen.com, you find the workout page, you check instructions, what is the suitable workout for you and how to filter it so that you can just get specific suitable workout for you, whether it is a female fitness program or strength program, or whatever it is, and you check your level. If it's a beginner doing mostly with machines, or it's a higher level, if it's a simple, the first workout which is on the paper, or the advanced workout which you check with your phone, with a Google Sheets program, while you are at the gym. From level 6 and up, it is one that you should install the Google Sheets program and just keep checking which workout you're doing next. And where you input the purple fields, which is statistics, strength levels in each workout, plateau level, and desired strength. So those are the values that you input there, and it will create the program suitable for you. And you don't have to remember even what weight you have been lifting, because it automatically knows that. When you have finished the 8-week program, you can check the 5 repetition max values, maybe increase them or decrease them. You can just fine-tune them a little bit, because during the 8 weeks your strength level has changed a little bit. So you can update it every time you finish the program. Try not to update anything during the whole 8-week period. When you set up them and you're doing the first week, if you notice that actually my 5 rep max is a little bit higher, I set it too low, you can still fix it. But when you are in second week or third week, you shouldn't be touching your 5 repetition max values at all at this point. You just should keep going entire 8 weeks, and then update them when you've done before you start the next one. This is true also same for strength programs. For example, there's some 5-week strength programs. The same thing is here. You can just you should update them always before starting the whole mesocycle. But first week is something there where you can fine-tune your 5 repetition max a bit, so that if it feels a little bit too easy or hard. But remember, when you are fine-tuning, remember that usually in these programs the first weeks are too easy. It gets a little bit harder the further you go, so that it starts easier, it gets harder towards the end, and in the last week it's very hard. So don't automatically assume that it's too easy in the beginning, because it will get harder and harder towards the end of the program. So if you set it too hard in the beginning, it's too hard in the end, and you are unable even to do it. So try to be as truthful as possible with your 5 repetition maxes. And what comes to your recovery and the volume setting, start from the 0. And if it feels good after the full thing, then increase to 1. And you can progress like that. Don't start from the 5 or 4. They are very hard and very high volume workouts. So always start from the 0 first time and then progress from there. So that is the very long instructional to the workouts, but it should help you understand how this program is very specific on how you can recover and how much you can do work, and it's specific for your own abilities, strength levels, and an ability to train in general. So that's all for this time, and thanks for watching.